We want to thank all of the ones that have been watching and sending to us on a regular basis for this fairly new ministry of the Thought for Today is not new. We've been doing that in writing for quite some time. But making it a video message is a totally different thing. We're going to move on to a new topic. Last time we dealt with the tongue and bridling the tongue. And I was going to continue on that because there was some misunderstanding of what we were saying. But I feel like that we've dealt with that to the point of what the Spirit wanted us to. And so I'm going to look at a little something different. And this was actually inspired in a conversation in the restaurant ministry. I appreciate the young lady talking to me. And that kind of led into this thought. And so we're reading in Matthew chapter 14 and picking up with verse 28. This is a very, very familiar story. Jesus is walking on the water. But we're going to look at that from this perspective. Verse 28 starts, "And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid. And beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? We've talked in the past in our writing about our perspective and our focus. And that is so very important. I don't think that I can deal with that topic enough. And this was kind of led to, as I say, the lady was talking to me about trying to do an exercise thing that she really didn't like to do. And she had to do it 30 minutes a day, and how that just seemed like just such a terribly long time. And it does when our focus is on the time. I told her in prayer, we have encouraged this in the past. I remember when we started doing the 24-hour prayer vigils, and each one would take an hour. And you would pray and pray and pray and pray and think, wow, I must have prayed for 45 minutes. And then you would look at your watch. I prayed for 2 minutes. Why does that happen? Because when we get our mind set on the time of things and what is happening in the time of things, it just seems like that just drags by. In the next installment, I'm going to use an analogy that will be very familiar to most of you that watch this video. So stick with us for part 2.